This is craft time with Tally.
Craft time with
Taking it down a notch, guys.
That's right. Putting you all to sleep. So, okay, to recap for the recording, this is the card that we are going to make. Ta-da! It's not that epic. So, the first thing you need, of course, is your blank card, which you can either buy, or you know what? You can just go buy black paper and cut it into the appropriate size. So easy. It doesn't even have to be black, but it's nice for contrast. And then you need your blue piece of loading ready run paper. And usually, guys, the way that I cut this is I just trace the card and then like draw lines a little further in so that it kind of is framed when you stick it on there.
Now this is official
Really
loading ready run paper that can only be purchased in the loading ready run store.
That's right. Actually, I had a bust of a time trying to match the color. So anyway, and then you can cut it with fancy scissors if you have fancy scissors. And you know what? If you don't have fancy scissors, you can just get creative and say, tear your paper and have a kind of cool edge that looks like snow.
Or you can do a crinkle cut.
Yes, or you can do that. So, you put this on here. I'm going to glue this on really quickly. Like any excellent home cooking show or anything like that, I have my little demo, and then I have all the pieces that I magically turn around, and they're just completed right there in front of you. It's amazing. Where did I put the lid? It's, yeah, card making is not exactly that exciting to watch, which is why I pre-cut a bunch of this stuff, or you'd be bored to tears. Okay. So you glue it on.
Don't eat
Santa.
Yeah. Eating glue is bad.
Do what Tally says, know what Tally does.
Morgan ate
Non-acidic.
when he was a kid.
And look what happened to him.
Yeah,
Look at his hair.
Look at his hair now. Yes, he ate the
These are
glue.
clearly related.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of glue as a kid, and now I look like a member of Good Charlotte.
So there's your basic card. And then you need circles for the loading ready run symbol. And I happen to have a nice little stamp that cuts this size out for me. But I just, when I started doing this, found circular objects in the house to trace. There are millions of them. So you find them in the appropriate sizes and you cut them out. And one thing I'm going to show you guys really quickly that makes cards look so much better, that's really easy, is there's actually technique to cutting. I swear, it's amazing. So people usually cut sort of like this. If you use the back of the scissors and just cut at the very back, you get way more control and you cut a much, much cleaner line. And it's actually way more effective than you would think. This seems like a really stupid thing to be telling people, but it totally makes a difference. And when people are like, how can you cut that out so cleanly?
This is a lot sharper.
That's how. And practice. Yeah, exactly. So anyway,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's also you're closer to the.
yeah, you have more control. Also, a decent pair of scissors helps. So anyway, then we go to my magically already cut example. The other thing that I always do is I always lay everything out before I actually glue it down so that I can see if I screwed something up or if it just isn't going to fit right. So
As always in crafting, it's measure twice, cut once.
yeah, and
Or
even
just
then,
start cutting.
If you're me, it's cut 8 times, measure 0.
yeah. So you know, you lay it out. You make sure it fits properly. I have deliberately made the large circle loading ready run too big for, you know, artistic design purposes. And I'm going to glue it down really
These are
quick.
not to scale.
Yeah,
Well, there's two sort of like.
they're sort of
over big scale, which is.
Is that a technical word?
Yes.
artistic
Over
choice. Over big. I like
Yeah, let's
it.
not start
Hallie, you
confusing
could
people.
apparently be a YTV PJ.
Woohoo! Wait a minute.
Yes, they do fish.
I have been insulted.
No, they're awesome.
No, the YTV PJs were awesome. Fresh
They were
Phil,
awesome.
he was
Yeah,
amazing.
man.
You guys got to remember,
When he dressed up as Sailor Moon, that made my year.
you guys got to remember, I grew up without cable television. I only got to watch cable in the summer when
You
we went to
also
my
probably grew
grandparents.
up
So
without
I have
YTV.
very few reference points for this.
I only got to watch at my aunt's house.
I'd come up to Calgary in the summer to my grandparents and like just watch Fred Penner all summer. Well, and other stuff when I got older.
I grew up
Are you
with
sure
two
it
channels.
wasn't that we had low standards and stuff?
You know what's really cool? Sugar.
many Canadians that grew up with only one channel, CBC.
Morgan, if you were making these cards, you wouldn't even cut it. You just stare at the paper till it whizzes into the shape you want by the force of your manliness.
And then
So-
of course you would cook it and eat it.
Except I can only make dong-shaped crafts.
Here's this cool thing I've only just started doing, is making a little 3D element. So I have not glued down this piece here. We're gonna wait and we're gonna make that stick out from the card, okay? So then you gotta make your little Santa hat. And the shape you're going for is about like this. It's just, you know, sketch it out. It looks like a Santa hat. Very basic. So the easiest way to do this, take your red paper, turn it backwards so you don't have any weird lines on it when it's finished. Trace your circle about halfway down, right? Like that. And then to draw the hat, you're just gonna follow that line so you get it the right width. So remember, I have screwed this up so many times while making cards. When you are drawing your object to cut out, draw it backwards from how you want it to look on the actual card. Believe me, I have messed this up way too many times. So if we want it to go this way, we're going to draw it this way. And, you know, hat, make it kind of crazy shaped to be more interesting.
And the reason you draw it backwards is that those lines that you're drawing won't
You
show up
don't
when
want
you
them
turn
to
it
show
around.
exactly as Ruth says. So that's your hat. And then you use my amazing scissor technique, I should patent that, to cut it out. And then, because this is the magical craft
We can make a lot
network,
of money off your patenting the use of scissors.
we should talk. I have one pre-cut. So the one other thing I want to show you guys that is an awesome trick that I use all the time is this. This is so cool. I shouldn't be showing people this. I'm giving away my secrets. It's not going to show up as much on this red, but I'll give you another example. You take a marker. I use permanent marker a lot because it doesn't, it won't wear off later. And you draw right on the edge of your object. See that? So you're drawing a line outside the object. You can see I've been using this piece of paper for a while. And you're getting it just along the outside edge of that object. You want to go slowly when you're starting out doing this so you don't, you know, bugger it up and draw all over the front of your piece of paper and have to start over. But I'll show you on here, it'll show up a little bit more. This just makes everything stand out more and it makes it look really professional. It's really friggin' easy. Bussing easy, I mean. So if you do this, see that? It makes it really
Happy
pop
little
out.
trees.
So you can do it in a contrasting color or a subtle color or whatever. So then, keeping in mind that our hat is going to be three-dimensional and stick out from the card, we are going to glue, I have already drawn gray around the edges of these. We're going to glue the hat onto the circle. This is hilarious. I can't believe I'm doing this. Like,
Is that your, like your craft table?
so, no, I usually sit on the floor and just whoom, spread out everywhere. When I first moved in with Jeremy, he was like, you have a lot of scrapbooking crap, and then I got a shelf to sort of organize it all. So, like this, you've got it on there. Then, you need your little poofy white bits of your Santa Claus hat. Where's my white paper? Really easy to draw. You go like so. Take your circle, flip it upside down so you don't go marking all over the nice pretty front of it. Mark on either side of it so you know approximately how wide you need to get it. And then just freehand a little, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and cut that out. Okay? Which of course I have already done.
It's the Roscoe sandwich board.
So you do that for your little fluffy bit here and your little fluffy bit at the end of the hat. You cut it out. Where's the good one? You use the little drawing around the edge technique to put a gray edge on it, and you glue it on to your hat.
I
Yeah.
do not think the moon base has been this quiet for a while.
Yeah, wow, this is amazing.
It's
I
actually,
got power.
honestly, I'm okay. I think this is a good sort of chill chill time.
It's very
We should have
soothing.
done Party Hard before craft.
Nobody's gonna be in the
We
mood
can pick
anymore.
the
Our
energy right
energy
back
will
up
be
with
back
party
up
hard
with
after
Yeah.
craft time.
So guys, you end up with this.
Andrew WK can never fail.
The other thing that can be really nice, I love crayons. Crayons are awesome. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. So I have a 96 pack that my mom bought me when I was like, I don't know, in high school or something. I still have it and I use it all the time.
Fun little trivia point about crayons.
Yeah?
My name came from the Crayola Big Box from
Really?
1986. Charisse is a shade of pink.
That's so cute.
That's terrifying.
And I have a
Crayons
crayon,
are
too.
also really fun to go reading their names. Remember when they used to have those contests to name them?
Yeah.
So you can just shade a little bit. It makes it a bit more interesting. You know, gives it some depth. Apologies to any of you in the chat who are already fantastic artists, and this is just blatantly insulting, but 'cause I know there are a lot of you. So there you go. Got a little shading. And hey, why not? You can kind of do it on your hat too. See how your hat's kind of folded over here? Sorry, Jack. I'm just trying to make the chat through me. Do a little shade. It's really subtle. You don't need to make it show up a whole lot. I actually probably should have shaded the hat before I glued the fuzz on. You don't need to make it really dark or anything. Subtle is good. It just adds a little detail that makes it look like you care and you know are good at what you do and stuff.
Wow, guys, it's only another 185 to another hour?
There you go.
That's intimidating.
Horrible background. You can't really see it on camera, but trust me, it's there. It does make a little bit of a difference.
Keep donating until.
Plus, you get to use crayons. Crayons are awesome. Everybody, go buy crayons for
Remember,
the
guys,
children.
anyone who donates still within the next 15 minutes is entered into a draw for some of Kathleen's awesome swag. Minimum donation for it is $5, but that is not a huge amount, and those little donations are what get us over most of our milestones, actually.
Badger Sprite, if you donate
I don't
quickly,
know.
I
You have to
might
ask
be able to
Kathleen. She
persuade
wasn't-
people to
she
let me
wasn't
read a
being
bedtime
very
story before I go. Otherwise, I'll do it another time. I like reading stories. So, Michael's or Hobby Lobby, if you're in the States, awesome craft stores. Be careful, it's so easy to spend your life savings in there. But they have these little, I don't even know what they're called, but they're basically little styrofoam blocks with sticky on either side. But you know, I mean, these are like $5 for this sheet, which they'll get used up reasonably quickly. If you don't have them and you don't want to buy this stuff, go get some cardboard. Cut it into little squares, glue it onto either side like this and onto your paper and ta-da, boom, there you go. Cheap and easy.
Double-sided tape also works.
Yeah, double-sided tape, although you want it to be thick, you can put
You can get
double-sided
the
tape on
foamy
either
stuff.
side.
Yeah, thanks, James.
Behave yourself over there, James Turner. I can see you.
Oh, yeah.
So then you know, stick it on the back. We'll stick one over here on
More
the...
people, guys, and this is a rave.
Black t-shirts.
Your shift's over in
Some
1 minute.
badass
I know.
shoulder rub in
I'm
there.
gonna pass it down the
So, I mean, I've got one there and there. I'll put one up here too, just to keep it from collapsing. And then I pull a little back off.
That's good for you?
Yeah, you get it right in
Last
there.
Turning you guys on. Them, I mean, not me. More than all black.
Oh.
Who are you?
Oh. That's the upper back.
I mean, I'm not complaining
Oh, yeah.
because you have a nice
Here, lean
touch,
forward a
buddy.
bit there.
Who the hell are you?
I'm trying to watch this.
Oh, feel the burn.
Oh, Jesus!
Gonna crash the bus.
Oh, right. Oh,
Keep it down back there. Enough of the moaning.
Not there.
Right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've got the masseuse on the back. Like, I have no idea.
All right. Oh, we just got that,
Yeah,
Callie.
some serious hits in that right shoulder.
This is what I rock at.
Alright.
It's like
Oh, we're rocking.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure you can beat that guy.
Oh dear. Well, I guess I'm glad we had the recording going for that. Alright.
Good. Oh, excellent.
So then you put it on there, and it
What's
just,
your name on the
it-
force?
yeah, you can see that on camera. It makes it pop. It
I'm
looks
like
kind of
the
cool, and it's
seventh
3D. Yeah.
Really?
So then all you have to do is the lettering, which on the original,
I actually beat like.
I want to tell them this, but I don't want to be talking over you. Chris here is actually the first person who ever recognized Paul and I in public as someone from the internet.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you telling that story like
Yeah.
a million times.
At an Arrogant Room show, yeah, because we were like, we got recognized by someone in public.
How good is that?
This was like 2004.
We
They're
are
hard.
famous.
Forum rain.
Alright. where's my, So,
Sorry, Tally, continue.
that's okay.
How long have you
I
been
didn't know that. That was cool.
No, month.
The original.
Oh, you're not doing too bad then.
Yeah, to some people,
Yeah,
that's
some people
like
have been waiting
instantaneous.
So on
Mine was
this,
in
Okay, shh.
on this one, I attempted to do the sort of lettering in the style of Loading Ready Run. It's trickier than you would think. On this one, I'm not going to because it took me a while and I had to sketch it out. Handy little tip, if you're going to write on your cards instead of using a writing stamp or anything, or, I mean, you know, if your handwriting sucks, well, then you're just screwed. But if you're going to write on them, it's wise to pencil it in, because even if your handwriting rocks, so you end up writing crooked half the time or something, so pencil it in and then you can erase. But I'm not going to, because I'm just full of hubris, I guess. I'm just going to scrawl Merry Christmas on here.
Happy non-denominational holiday.
Yay.
Come ça.
Yay!
No, we're not done. There's one more thing. This is fun. This is like my favorite part. If you
Merry Christmas.
if you just, you know, think you're awesome, or if you plan to do this a lot or something,
Or you're just telling me.
go get a stamp made. I did this a little while ago and I decided I was going to try to do a craft fair so that I can stamp the back of all my cards. And you know what? Even if you don't think you're going to make a ton of them, but you want to like throw away $16, which is about what it costs, maybe 20 to get this done at Staples, including the proof. It's so fun to have your own stamp and stamp your name on stuff. So, anyway. So, you can go get some stamp pads. Or, another really cool thing that a lot of people already know, you don't need a stamp pad. With a rubber stamp, use a washable marker, color on the stamp, it totally works.
You
and
what?
then you
Okay, that's awesome.
yeah, just like, I mean, so don't don't use a permanent marker.
Madness! How dare you? This is why the ink industry is failing.
Evan, if you want to spend about $80 rather than $20, you can get a signet reading in sterling silver.
There you go. So yeah, any washable marker, you can just color on the stamp and ta-da. I usually try it once because some markers stamp better than others, so I do it on a scrap piece of paper to make sure it's not going to look like crap. But stamp pad over here. I should do this against a hard surface. Make sure you stamp it the right way up. I have screwed that up a few times as well.
I can see letters.
And there you go.
Branded.
That's it. And then you put it with your envelope and you give it to somebody and go, aren't I so awesome? That is that. So there you go, chat. I will now auction the cards, and if you don't win, you can just go make your own anyway, so you're all set.
How many are you auctioning off?
Alright, I will show you what I've got. So I figure if you like, there are 2 of these now, so we'll include this with the set, but I'll have everybody sign it. Maybe in silver, because I didn't line this one.
Merry Christmas to
So
the
get an
winner.
extra. Merry Christmas to you, and then you can give the rest of them to people. So...
Or you could just give some person a card signed by all of us.
There you go. You can just
Sorry?
hand that right off.
Alan was suggesting I open this with your $200 bid roll. Stacy.
Alright,
I'll bring it down to 100.
there are 5 cards in here. They're all different.
Yeah.
They're all Loading Ready Run themed. This is the first one. There are pictures up on the blog too, but the pictures are there.
Sorry? That was a serious
And they're
bid.
all
No, I'm just...
they're all lined as well, so that you will actually.
They know where I
build the
live, so I can't really lie. In fact,
So
they know
that's
where I
the
am
first one?
right now.
Anybody who likes the Warriors of Darkness,
Oh,
this is the
What?
second one.
Pros, can you bring the band hammer down on James Lur?
Tally, can you move those
Can you see that?
the words to the side or something so that we can see them over here? Because you're putting them at the camera, so
Oh,
we can actually see what's on the
Yeah, we
Gotcha.
want to see it on the monitor.
gotcha. Okay, so that's the Warriors of Darkness one.
you are getting all 5, remember, people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a set. Plus it's 6 because you get that extra one.
Oh, yeah.
That
It's been an
The
amazing
Christmas fail card. It was
Oh.
really fun trying to come up with these.
Christmas fail. So many people are like, I went to bed and you were at 66, what happened? Sorry, I was just...
Magic.
Off the ferry, you were
I'm not sure
66,
either.
You got here and you were at like.
Loading Ready Run Christmas ornaments.
Ooh.
Yes, pillage a village. Sorry.
Yay! Pillage a
I
village.
love the shadow you
That's
get
yeah.
on the
That's
light.
that's from that 3D thing. It's a really nice effect, and it's so easy to do.
It's something that when
I'd
we
seen
were
it
in that
before,
craft
but-
shop.
Yeah,
in
on our way
Washington.
back from Seattle. And Jeremy was like, you should try that. And I was like, yes, I should.
They should.
And finally, the X Ways to Y Christmas card. Can somebody tell me
Wow.
what that last one on the bottom left is,
Bottom
please?
right, I think. From
Is it the
Bottom
bottom
right.
right?
Bottom right.
Bottom corner, very end. Somebody tell me.
I can't even tell what it is.
Can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Graham, you know you could do this?
Yes! Yes! Vinny's got it! It was so hard to try to create that in paper with no words. That's the Sam Raimi, everybody.
That's pretty awesome.
What's wrong with the chat? Why is it
There you go.
When we recorded, kind of.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the Christmas card set plus an extra one that you just saw me make on screen that I will get everybody to sign.
Hooray!
Yay!
So-
So you can probably stop the recording now while they
Yeah,
auction it.
totally.
Auction time, it's auction.